the heavy hitter is essentially just our talks about the Game Awards and the fact that Mr. Marcus here was there in person.
Don't call him Mr. Marcus.
Mr. No,
Oh,
no.
God, yeah, please, no, just don't.
What about?
Don't ever.
What about Marcus? Marcus Powers?
Sure. Anything but that. Anything but Mr. Marcus. And if you know the reason why I don't want to be called that, you are a heathen as well. But no, yeah. So as I said last week, and as it was announced on our Instagram, I went to the Game Awards. It was supposed to be Sean and myself, but unfortunately, so put the team on my back.
I didn't hear any of that. You said it was supposed to be Sean and yourself, and then what happened?
Yeah, it was.
Sean realized that he's a grown man with a family, a wife, and a baby, and a job.
And he couldn't leave.
And made these plans literally 3 days, like maybe 3 to 4 days before the actual event was going to happen.
And, so I put the team on my back, and
yes, you did.
I represented PressX at the Game Awards. So when I got there, I had my phone, I had my ticket on my phone, and my seating assignment, it was row 4, seat 108. And I thought, okay, well, first, before I even got my official seating assignment, it's like, I'm a nobody. I'm just happy to be here. Mm-hmm. Then I got my seating assignment, and I was like, row 4, okay, like 4 rows back from the front. So I'm surprised to even be that close. And as I'm walking forward, I'm looking at each aisle, and they're all letters based. So I'm like, did I miss it? And then I get closer to the front, and then I start seeing the numbers. And then it goes from 1 to 4. And then I get there, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the front row. Like,
wow, that's awesome.
I don't know why, but
Marcus, you gotta show diversity. You gotta be up front.
I honestly think is that because this is the first Game Awards in person since COVID happened, that it wasn't going to be a filled theater, so that they were more. I think that's one of the core reasons why Sean got the opportunity to get tickets to go him, because he wanted a packed theater. Because watching the Game Awards, it was filled with people, but it wasn't packed. So I guess it was one of the logic things. They had a bunch of seats they just had to get rid of.
Yeah, they were kind of separated in the seats.
There was a good amount of people there, though. There was a lot of people there. And
some his shots.
I didn't get a chance to, but there were a lot of people.
You listen to podcasts? Anybody listen to podcasts? Are any of the podcasts black? No? Okay, good.
So Marcus represented all of us. You were
Black Galileo Jr., Paris Lillian, fucking Khalif Adams sitting there going, who the fuck is this dude? There's going to be one black guy in podcasting here.
Right.
There was, it was a mixture. It was a mixture of, people that you don't know and people that you do. After the show wrapped, I was walking by and Elena Pierce and what's the guy's name? He was in that iZombie as the
Rahul Kohli.
Yeah, he was there.
Funhouse's own Rahul Kohli.
Jacksepticeye, Neil Druckmann. Just there was a lot of people that was there, and it was kind of wild just kind of seeing them up close like that. But yeah. Amazing experience. This is my first time going to an award show, period. And I would gladly do it again. Right. Hopefully one day I'm just presenting something on stage instead of just sitting in the crowd. But I'll take
the front row. Presenter, or you want to be the model that holds the trophy as you give it to somebody?
Well, this is the Game Awards. There is no model. The presenter shows up.
We can start.
Look, we've already got rid of booth babes. Let's not go backwards on this.
Right. No. All the models will be black people, though. Wait.
Okay, you're making a bad situation now even worse.
You're making a thing. It's a thing now.
Hey, weird. On The Price is Right, they now have co-ed models, so I think we can be inclusive.
There you go. We could do that, or they could do that. We could we'll have Sean talk to Jeff Keighley. That's all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all,
yeah.
fantastic experience.
That's awesome. What did Reggie smell like though?
Like Haiti. But
Wait, did you say Haiti, the country?
Marcus, you're going to hell. Just let you know that. Let you know that. Dude,
Reggie's Haitian.
He's not wrong. It's just that the timing was perfect. I often smell like a Jamaican, so I understand.
Smell like a fucking bean patty.
There's a special type of racism going on right now. I'd like us to move past it.
Black people aren't a monolith.
Yeah, exactly. Shot him across. We're gonna make this his quote.
We gotta get his shirt.
We're gonna get sued by Viacom.
Cease and desist or join our group.
And no amount of Sean, no amount of Douglas and Cameron putting their heads together is going to get us out of this fucking court case.
No, I'm implicated. I don't know how.
Oh man!
Oh,
all right. So with that being said, the Game Awards happened. There was some awards given out. It Takes Two won Game of the Year. Congratulations to them. But what we're going to talk about
real quick,
go for it.
The entire night, everybody was wondering if homeboy, what is his
name? Joseph Ferris.
Yeah.
Joseph Ferris.
Everybody was wondering, is he about to is he gonna rush the stage and is he gonna say fuck Take Two? Like, is he gonna do anything like that?
Yeah.
So when he won Game of the Year, it was amazing. It was amazing. Homeboy, he's just funny. Like, he's a funny dude. And Neil Druckmann was so happy that he won the award, and it was like his speech was amazing. But unfortunately, he did not say "fuck Take Two," which makes me sad.
The issue is he only had like one of the minor critique about the Game Awards. We talked about it in our other podcast. The minor critique is that there's so little focus on the actual awards, and so something I learned after the fact is that people only had like 30 seconds to talk. Like that was confirmed 30 seconds. So like you could like he couldn't go off really wanted to, especially when the core of what he wanted to do was thank the people who voted for him.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, he's a wild boy, so he could have just gone rogue and done what he wanted, but he didn't.
It's the last award. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. What they gonna do? Take the award from me?
Right.
I already
won. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is talk about the biggest announcements. But before we do that, hey, you're still watching? Awesome. You can actually watch our live reactions. And I also split off the our impressions of the Game Awards. So all that's available on YouTube. You just got to go to pressxtostarttv.com/YouTube, and it'll take you right where you need to go. And you just click on the video, you watch the video, you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, you hit the notification bell. If you do all those three things, that'd be great.
Hey, DJ Happy people, please.
Yeah. All right, so let us jump into the biggest announcements that we felt were worth talking about. Let's see, what's first up on this list? I believe it's Avery. Avery, what was your three biggest announcements?
Well, okay, so my three biggest announcements is that I am on record of not really loving Telltale games, but every once in a while they put out a game that I think is objectively a really great experience. Like Tales from the Borderlands was one of them. I think the first season of Walking Dead is another. And then there was their Wolf Among Us. So while I wasn't hurt that that studio fell apart, because I think that studio needed to be grounded to the ground so something new can come out. I think it come to rise. In the pre-show they revealed that Telltale was making an Expanse story, and as someone who's a fan of the Expanse and generally likes the Telltale style of games, especially in the world where Life is Strange has now perfected how that style of game should be done, I'm super excited for Expanse getting more love, and then them putting the Telltale the new Telltale sheen over it. Like they got Kara G, who plays Drummer from the show, to actually reprise her character of Drummer on there. And I think nothing would be more interesting to tell the story of what happened to Drummer after she left her job and then decided to become a space pirate. Like that, I think that's what they're trying to focus on. I think that's super cool. Something else I was super interested in is Alan Wake 2. I've said it a lot. Alan Wake 1 is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite horror game of all time. Even though the creator came out saying and said it's not really a horror game, it's a horror game to me. I spent a lot of that game in the dark being jumped by black things.
Oh my God. Okay.
Again,
people are not a monolith.
Black, yeah, exactly, right? We just jump people in the darkness.
I reject the notion that I'm a black person. My skin is definitely brown.
Hey, I get you.
I will say,
when I describe something as a black thing, I literally mean it's a wall of darkness attacking me, of blackness.
There are probably some people who are saying that same thing. Like
this wall of darkness. No. But that was an announcement. I think that was the announcement that popped the crowd the loudest because it was a big old surprise. Like you look at that trailer and you're like, what is this exactly? And then Alan Wake 2 comes. Oh shit. So that was really cool.
Yeah, like I also like some people were receiving Silent Hill. Like it was one of those things where even when they went to Alan Wake, I'm like, what game is this? Because it kind of doesn't look like Alan because he had a very radical change since the end of that game. Two DLCs and then the Control DLC that he's also in. So like when he shows up, he's like, who's this weird guy with this weird lighter thing? Oh, Alan Wake 2. And he said it's gonna be a full-on horror game. So I'm gonna shit myself playing it, but I'm gonna do it because I love that franchise. And then the last thing is a Plague Tale 2. I love A Plague Tale Innocence. That game it was forgotten, even though I think I think it was a Game of the Year candidate in the year it came out, but like no one talked about it, no one played it because it was a double-A game. But I think that game's presentation, that game's storytelling, and that game's, for the most part, its visuals are all really amazing, and like it was a great experience. And I was super excited when they announced that they were making a sequel, and I'm 100% down for it. There's only a tiny bit of gameplay in this, but they also reinforced that there's going to be a bit more action involved, and that your main character Misia has a crossbow, which means that she's going to be able to fight back more against enemies. I just want to see where this story is really going.
Real quick side note for Alan Wake 2. He looks like Jake Gyllenhaal. Is Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, he kind of does look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh yeah, he does a little bit. He does a little bit.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have Marcus. What got you your boxer briefs in a bunch?
Boy, how do you know I'm wearing boxer briefs?
I know.
Oh, go ahead.
I feel uncomfortable now.
I have Santa Claus hat. I have his power.
Oh God!
Wait, Santa Claus? No, Santa Claus can't do that.
He knows where you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
That doesn't mean he knows what your underpants are. That's a leave a lot right there.
Santa Claus doesn't discuss all the power he has. He just says the powers that he wants.
I'm pretty sure I watched 3 of the Santa Claus movies that talked about in explicit detail what Santa's powers were. Okay.
But anyway,
Avery, are you saying you're not wearing any boxers or briefs?
No, I'm clearly wearing boxer briefs right now. There's no shame.
Santa Claus knows.
Why does Santa Claus gotta have a neck turned down?
Okay, we're in the weeds. We're in the weeds. So yeah, if you know me, you know how much I loved Hellblade and how I was the only person that played fucking Hellblade, which is why Xbox took him from me. But anyway, now that I got that off my chest, seeing Hellblade 2 Senua's Saga get a gameplay reveal live and being that close to the screen to watch it, I shit you not, I almost cried because it was it was the first thing that we got. Like that was the first big announcement that we got. And that was a hell of a way to get ushered into this show, bro. That it looks it looks
you had an out-of-body experience.
I did. I really did the whole time.
In the front row. Is that man glowing? What's happening?
Like, it's a good thing that I had a mask on because my mouth was entire time. But yeah, no, it looked phenomenal. The scope and like Hellblade 1 already looked amazing, but it seems like they've only expanded on what worked for the first game. The scope is bigger. It seems like they've just added more to it, and I'm very curious to see what they're doing story-wise with this one. So that was the biggest one for me. Second up, Star Wars Eclipse was something that literally nobody was like not one person. I like, unless you're in the know or like in the industry, but like for just us regular folks, nobody was like, oh yeah, there's going to be a David Cage Star Wars game, the Game Award. And
Game Awards is something that we didn't know was going to happen, but we did know in advance that this is the thing that was going to happen.
The Star Wars game?
Yeah.
David Cage?
The story leaked. Yeah.
Quantum Dream Star Wars game.
Yeah. And people put a fuss about it because you either like Quantum Dream or hate David Cage and thus hate all Quantum Dream.
I completely forgot about that then. But it was funny because I actually recorded it, but the reaction of it was like everybody was watching it and they're like, what is this? And then we figured out, oh, it's Star Wars. Yeah. And then people were thinking it was KOTOR 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Star Wars Eclipse came up, like, what is this? And then
So it's
oh yeah, you said you saw David Cage, and then you're like, what? Like you dropped that a little bit for me. Oh,
so yeah,
I got you.
So everybody was just like, it confused excitement.
That trailer is so weird. It has parts of like it's the game. They said it's a High Republic story, which means it's a prequel to Star Wars. But like then they show like a fucking prequel era like Trade Federation droid battle cruiser, and it's got fucking Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda's
in it. To be Yoda, and then I'm like, okay.
Why
I had no idea. Like, I was like, I had no idea where this game was going to take place.
Wait,
you know what? Now I think about it. Oh, go ahead.
High Republic era is before the Skywalker stuff.
It is the earliest iteration of the Star Wars story that in the Disney canon.
Because you have Republic before it becomes an empire.
Gotcha.
Right. So, like, about the whole Yoda thing, what I think now is that, like, in our Star Wars, like, I guess, time period, Yoda is, like, the last of his species. Whereas in the High Republic, it's very possible that there was
around. I mean, the fact that we have Grogu now means that there's more of them somewhere. Yeah,
right.
But
they're just like the Lombaxes. They're just chilling in a different dimension. That's all.
Right.
There you go.
But yeah, so that I'm very curious about that because despite David Cage apparently being a trash human being, I have largely enjoyed the Quantic Dream output. All the way dating back to Indigo Prophecy. So, I'm very curious to see what they're able to do in Star Wars universe. So that's going to be cool. And then the third one isn't actually a game. It's a movie. But Sonic the Hedgehog 2, that trailer
Sonic
slapped.
Frontiers? What Sonic Frontiers?
You mean Sonic Breath of the Mild? Because that's... I want no part of it.
That game is That game, everything I've heard and seen about that game is not good.
Because when I was gonna, because when I was at the awards, we were chatting back and forth in Discord, and I didn't realize that I was ahead of you guys. So when I saw the trailer for Sonic Frontiers, I was gonna put it in the chat like I can't wait to see y'all react to this Sonic game, but I don't spoil anything. But I was like, I need to hear you guys' reactions to this because I knew it wasn't going to be good. But on the good side, the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 trailer looks way better than it has any right to. And just having Jim Carrey sending that video to which was the weirdest thing in the world, but it was so goddamn funny. And Ben Schwartz being Ben Schwartz. I really enjoyed that overall, and I will definitely be seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 just to hear Idris Elba do more Knuckles things.
Would you watch that in the theater, or would you stream it?
Me neither. I'm going to watch it in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna watch that on the theater, especially because I live in LA now. Like, I feel like I need to go to the theater more because I'm here.
Make connections. Get outside right now. Go talk to people. But yeah, like, I'm definitely I'm definitely on the same page with the Sonic 2. Like that. I'm a big Knuckles fan. Like I love Knuckles over Sonic. So the fact that Knuckles is in the movies and it's Idris Elba playing Knuckles, and like I personally really liked Idris's voice on Knuckles, because for me it always felt like
I thought he was going to be
Sonic.
British.
Sonic is like a oh yeah, that could work too. But like for me, like Sonic is like an older teen. But like when Knuckles came on scene, he was just, to me, he was like, he's an adult. Like he's been through some shit. And it's just like, all right, yeah.
And also, let's not act like the main reason you don't like the main reason you love Knuckles, because we all know.
Oh, you know what's funny? My audio cut out the entire time. So what kind of blasphemy thing you're saying?
I assume it had something to do with Knuckles' dreadlocks.
It was so blasphemous.
We'll hear it.
They just had to cut it out.
Hey,
exactly. You'll hear it in post.
Hey, I mean, hey, you're not wrong though. You're not wrong. Like finally, there's a black character on screen, even though it's red, and he has no pants. That's another story. All right.
Yeah, that's it for me.
DJ, you know most animals, their penises go inside them when they stand up.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I don't. How would you know this?
Oh, have you not seen the anatomy of a dog?
Right? Stand a dog up. See what happens.
They have a sheet of flesh.
You know what?
I got to cut out though, so I'll let y'all have it.
All right, sir. Oh, actually, hold up, Marcus. Before you cut out, yeah, go ahead and do it.
All right.
Hey, Marcus. Good luck.
Later.
Don't get shot out there.
I won't.
All right. Douglas, what games?
Are we gonna pretend that Marcus is no longer here? He just disappeared all of a sudden.
I'm gonna work it out in post.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he was here and then he disappeared. I just don't know where he went.
Yeah.
Is he okay? Do we need to call the police? I mean, okay. All right. Well, I mean, okay. So anyway, things that really stood out for me that really hit my heart close to home. First is they released the new trailer for the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. This is something that we've known was in the works for a while, but we got more expanded trailer. We can see more of the gameplay. A lot of good visuals here, a lot of heavy action. This is made by Rocksteady. And so pretty much what we understand is that for this game here, is that we're going to have Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, King Shark. They are on a mission to take down Brainiac. But first they have to go through several of our beloved DC superheroes because they've all been brainwashed.
Right.
So you get the opportunity.
In the trailer, they show the Flash, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, they're anti jumping off buildings, and Deadshot's like shooting bullets from all over himself, and Harley Quinn being Harley Quinn. I mean, it just gives me hope. I really want this game to work, especially since we were supposed to receive. I thought we were supposed to receive a lot of DC games this year, but
we're supposed to get Gotham Knights this year, right? Was that supposed to be this year?
I think both games were 2022 games.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think they're both for 2022.
Remember,
it's my thing with this game is like this is Rocksteady hasn't made a game since Arkham Knight, so it's been over it has to be over 7 years now.
Oh man, they're on Overwatch 2 timeline. Right. Well, I can remember one of the DC games back in New Year's. I betted on it for one of the games we'll receive, but no, everything's been delayed. So again, we don't get a release date. We're hoping this will come out sometime next year. But at least they're making some progress. I mean, I would look forward to the day when we actually have actual gameplay done. Actually see people actually do it. But right now, if you want to see a glossy version of what we hope we'll see, you can definitely watch that on YouTube.
Right.
The other thing, and honestly, I'm so excited because it actually finally comes out on console in 2 days. But we now know, thanks to the Game Awards, that Among Us will be brought to the VR platform for via Oculus. No release date as of yet, but
I think as well, PlayStation VR as well.
maybe VR. And what we get from the trailer, it's only 30 seconds long, is that it is a first-person experience. So if you are one of the regular players here, just as an agent, just doing your objective, and all of a sudden you see somebody stab you in the back. Yay! It's all happening. So I'm looking forward to that. It's actually because of the Fortnite game and Posh is why I even began playing that. So for the ability to actually have a VR experience in Among Us, I'm totally looking forward to it. And like I said earlier, on December 14th, Among Us will be brought to consoles. So, and they actually, a studio that actually met its promise. I'm so happy.
You don't get much of those, but it's always good to see.
Yeah. So nice. So refreshing.
Okay. Cool. So for me, my number one is Forspoken. I absolutely love what this game has given me so far. I'm getting different pangs of games that I miss. Like I have like the way that they did the ice magic in this game just reminded me of
Maybe just pull Devin right now as he talks.
reminding me of the high sorcerer in Dragon's Dogma, and like the magic system in Dragon's Dogma was very much so like if you want to do a spell, there is going to be consequences in terms of the time it takes. So you have to make sure that you're not going to get like interrupted or something. And it was very much so like she was doing the spell, but there was obviously a charge time, and there was also like a little added part to it where it was like attracting people to the fulcrum of her ice spell. And it was like that is stuff that I want to see in these games, and it's just like I'm glad to see this. And all the stuff that I've saw in that game, I don't really have any hesitance like I normally do. So I am just completely all in for that game.
I have a similar but different reading that DJ on this game. I think this game seems like Final Fantasy 15 on crack, which is why I'm super interested in that. Because like the magic system in this game looks just like the magic system of Final Fantasy 15, except except visually, mechanically, except they've turned all the magic in this game into effectively guns.
In this game,
yes. Because in 15, all the magic was like grenades. But in this game, it's like the magic in this game would function like traditional guns. Like the minute she uses like her earth magic, she's shooting out rocks like a machine gun at people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's essentially taking and then it's combining the environmental effects of the magic from 15 into a more actual concrete thing. And that like, okay, she's going to use water magic, so it's going to affect the environment like water going forward. Which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
and all the movement stuff is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like her hopping, her doing like her little parkour like through the like the town square when she was like trying to get to somewhere, like that all looked cool. It looked super fluid. Yeah, that's actually a good point of bringing up Final Fantasy 15 in terms of the magic system. I would probably agree with that too. I just think just looking at it, because I don't remember. Actually, now thinking about when I played Final Fantasy 15, I wasn't really using the magic all that much. I think I don't really remember too much of my time with Final Fantasy 15. That might be it. But
it's all blur.
Yeah. But yeah, like overall, like I am really excited for that game. And for me, that was probably the only game that really spoke to. I mean, like I did enjoy the trailers. Like I did like Star Wars Eclipse. Unfortunately for me, that's a quantum dream or quantic dream. Yeah, and I don't really enjoy those games too much. I prefer to like play my stories than to sit and
choose your.
Yeah. And then I also liked Suicide Squad. I think that looked interesting. I just need, as you were saying, Douglas, more from that before I'm like really like sold on it. So yeah, I think overall like the showings were great. Golem looks fucking weird. I'm not sure why they did that, but but Forspoken is really the one that spoke to me the most. Yeah. I think that's it, right? That's pretty much yeah. Let's end this thing. Well, this has been a wonderful episode of the Press X Start podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to rate and review us. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that notification bell. You know what to do.
Make
You know what
DJ
happens.
happy, y'all.
Yes, please.
do this. It makes him
Please.
sad. Don't do it. Then he beats us.
Needs to
If you want to see your Santa Claus again, you'll press those buttons. All right. In case you missed anything, you can find all details and more on our website at pressx.com. Until next time.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. Check out our live reactions of the Game Awards. Check out our PlayStation 5 year one review video. Also the podcast. Check out all the other stuff we got on our stuff because we're cool. We do cool stuff. So do that.
No, we're getting also towards the end of our wedding.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to do something. We have to do a little catch up podcast on that to see who won and who stopped playing. Cameron. All right. Well, that being said, peace out.
Bye, everyone.